For years, CISO have walked into boardrooms armed with spreadsheets full of operational data. They've reported on the number of blocked firewall pings, patching cadences, the volume of malware intercepted, and the latest zero-day vulnerabilities. But here's the reality. The board of directors does not want a technical data dump. It's not something they can even use. They are tasked with governance, strategic oversight, and protecting shareholder value. When they hear technical jargon, they govern, they don't operate, and start to think of cybersecurity as a side issue, something not essential for building resilience. Fortunately, the CISO role today has evolved from a technical operator to a strategic business leader. We've learned that to bridge the gap in the boardroom, you must speak the language of the board, which is risk, financial exposure, and business impact. By focusing on actionable, financially quantified data, you can align expectations, justify your budgets, and keep the business resilient. So, what cybersecurity metrics should you be reporting? Let's break down the 7 core metrics that resonate the loudest. The absolute most important metric for the board is the likelihood of experiencing various cyber events, paired directly with the resulting financial exposure. The board wants to know if the company suffers a ransomware attack, a major data breach, or a targeted operational outage. What would the monetary losses amount to? Using Kovrr Cyber Risk Quantification or CRQ platform, you can present the average probability of an attack happening over the course of the upcoming year, alongside high and low forecasts of financial loss. Costs can even be broken down according to direct losses such as forensics and incident response, as well as indirect losses like potentially lost revenue, customer churn, and regulatory fines. These figures help decision makers determine their true risk appetite. Next, you need to show the organization's cyber risk posture over time. A single snapshot of your risk is a good start, but it isn't enough to tell the whole story. Demonstrating how your risk posture has progressed quarter over quarter, exposure trending down is proof the program is maturing and that previous investments are paying off. The third critical metric involves business loss impact scenarios. No sensational headlines about global cyber attacks can easily give senior stakeholders inaccurate ideas about the reality of their own risk, leading to funding decisions based on fear, uncertainty, and doubt. However, by presenting specific model loss scenarios from your own environment and industry, you ground the conversation in objective, localized data. This ties directly into the fourth metric, the return on investment of your cybersecurity initiatives. The board views cybersecurity as a capital allocation issue, and by leveraging CRQ, you can join them, demonstrate how much a new project reduces your financial exposure. When you can definitively say, a $1 million investment in this specific control reduces our overall financial exposure by $5 million, your budget justifications become all the more robust. Which brings us to the fifth metric, third-party cyber risk exposure. Today, it's extremely likely that your organization's security is heavily reliant on vendors. Reporting on the financial exposure introduced by third-party suppliers ensures the board understands supply chain vulnerabilities and can mandate stricter vendor risk management policies. Sixth is cyber insurance coverage optimization. With cyber insurance premiums rising and coverage limits tightening, the board needs to know whether the organization is overinsured or underinsured. Presenting data that compares exposure to deductibles and limits allows the board to optimize coverage and make risk transfer cost effective. And finally, industry cyber risk benchmarks. Boards rely heavily on context, showing how your organization's risk posture and security investments compare to industry peers, helps validate your overarching strategy, and highlights any areas where you might be lagging behind the competition. Ultimately, boardroom reporting should be a strategic briefing that helps directors make informed decisions about how to address, mitigate, and transfer risk. Stop reporting on patches. Start reporting on business resilience. If you're tired of walking into the boardroom with metrics that don't land, schedule a demo. We'll show you what a real board-ready cyber conversation looks like.